I started this because my kids have always joked around that we could be a reality TV show. And I just watch all these influencers and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm 57 years old. I have so many life stories and circumstances that most definitely, some are funny, some are very difficult. But if I can help somebody get through some of those difficult situations or influence somebody in any way, I thought it would be cool to do it. And everybody always posts all these beautiful things and how their life is so perfect, and it's really not. It's messy, but it's fabulous. I had a friend, Natalie, who told me to talk to GPT like it's my friend. And if you all saw my chats on ChatGPT, you would crack up. It is hysterical because I talk to it just like it's my friend, and it knows me very well now. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I'm sure my tonality, everything is caught in ChatGPT. Matter of fact, my husband Googled me and it legitimately came up this whole thing about me, and it was 100% from ChatGPT and me talking to it. So it was actually hysterical. And my kids laugh at me because I have my phone and I'm like, la da 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 da, exclamation point. And the kids are like, Mom, you don't have to do that. And it's not deaf, it can hear you. So yeah, that's why I started it. So when I thought of this idea and I was chatting with ChatGPT, I was telling it, look, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I love the Lord, I have friends, I am a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a nana for the first time. I hold many roles. That's my life roles, my work roles, because life work balance, right? My work roles is I'm a vice president of national retail sales for a mortgage lender, who I absolutely adore, and that's a story for another time about how I ended up in the spot where I am. But yeah, just lots of balls juggling in the air. And I can remember one time my pastor who, when we were in church and our kids were growing up, saying, you just do it. It's the plates that are just spinning and you have all the sticks just going all the time. And I thought about that and I thought, yeah, I really do. That's really what moms, women do. Men too. Everyone. I don't want this to be like a, he-man woman haters club or she-man man haters club or whatever you call it, because it's everybody. This world is just complete chaos. Messy. When I started the YouTube channel, I thought that if I could bring hope to anybody out there, because as we go on this journey together, you're going to hear and see some things that I've been through that are life altering and like I said, some very tough, some very happy, some, sad, just life, but the messy life. But if I can influence and help one person want to become better, want to become more successful, want to get closer to God, want to be a better mom, a better wife, a better sister, a better employee, a better leader. That's what I thought about Messy with Fabulous and who I wanted to touch, because I have failed miserably at all of these things multiple times in my life, but others went before me. So if I can be that before you and help you learn anything and not make all the mistakes, or just have hope. Hope to me is such, in business, it's not a plan, I know that, but in life, it's so important. Yeah, so in my life today, thinking about Messy but Fabulous, the most recent Messy but Fabulous, situation, I guess you would say, is my husband and I became empty nesters. And we lived in the same home for 27 years. We raised our 4 children in this home. Everybody knew our home as home. And when I say everybody, my nieces, my nephews, my friends, family, everybody knew our home as home. And I got this cockamamie idea one day. I said, I don't want to live here anymore. And you'll get to know Chris, my husband, who I adore, who is an engineer, and you don't change. And I'm like, I don't want to live here anymore. And he's like, what do you mean you don't want to live here anymore? I just want to sell. It's too much. I cry when I go by the 6 bedrooms when the kids are gone, because they're gone. It's miserable for me. I don't want this life anymore. But the life was amazing. I'm not saying I hated my life. I was just ready for a new adventure. Well, in the middle of that, I also decided Someone, a dear, dear friend of mine, Nikki Baldini, said, hey, Gary Keller would like to meet you. Gary flippin' Keller. I'm like, what? I worked at a company for 12 years and I was like, yeah, I want to meet Gary Keller. I've followed him. I think he's a genius in real estate. I've seen him from the stage and I thought, okay, this is it. I'm going to Austin, Texas, and I'm going to meet Gary Keller. Mind you, we're selling our house of 27. I told you my husband's an engineer, right? So like, no comprende. Anyways, I get on the plane. As I'm getting on the plane, my husband says, babe, you're not going to switch jobs, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. I love my job, which I did. I loved my job. I loved the company. I loved the job. I loved the people. Get off the plane after 48 hours with Gary Keller and totally leaving my company and going to work for Keller Mortgage. Yeah, brilliant. That became a nightmare that unfolded over the next 3 years. I was there exactly 1 year when Gary said to me, I'm going to sell Keller Mortgage. And I'm like, okay. Mind you, several people followed, which I felt, oh my God, it's not just me, it's them. It's all of these people and their children and their families and their lives. And I was devastated because the new company wasn't going to bring me. And I didn't know that because they lied and told me they were bringing me until the very last day. So when I tell you messy, I will tell you curled up in a ball in my bed, devastated, crying uncontrollably, could not get out of bed. If it wasn't for Michelle and Kimber, my best friends, coming over and laying in bed with me and crying with me, I'm not really sure what would have happened. So fast forward, interview every independent mortgage banker in the country, find one that we think is fabulous, go to work for them. Did I tell you I had 3 companies I've worked for in 30 years? So now I'm on another company a year later, have all of my team meet this new company. They all unanimously voted that this is where we wanted to go. It was awesome. 1 year to the date, which is, by the way, is Valentine's Day. So we no longer celebrate Valentine's Day in my household. They sold 1 year to the date. And guess what? The new company didn't want me. That time, I got my crap together and I said, all right, girl, what are you gonna do? You talked your husband into selling the house. You're in a new house, which is fabulous, by the way, messy and fabulous. You have only worked for 3 companies in 30 years, and now in the last 2, you're looking for company number 3. Oh, and by the way, all these people followed you. So I said, God, where do you want me? What do you want me to do? I got offered team leader positions. I got offered positions in retail. I got offered every sales position you can imagine. People very kindly out of the blue calling me saying, you know, you're going to be all right. It's great. You'll be fine. Everybody loves you. And so I just really took probably close to 6 weeks to just sit, pray, meet new people, soul search, you know, encourage my team to just hang in there, that, you know, something's going to come, but make the best of it. And I'll help you any way I can where you're at. And then I came across this little company. And if you know anything about sales and the mortgage business, you get recruiting calls every day. And in those recruiting calls, you usually don't take them, or I'm really try to be nice and listen and say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. But obviously I was unemployed. But this recruiting call, the guy was British. And I thought, that's kind of a cute accent. I'm gonna listen to what this kid has to say. And I did. And I thought, I've never heard of your company. I really appreciate you reaching out and thinking of me. But I'm down the road with a national organization, which I was. And he said, would you just meet COO and the owner? And I was like, yes. I will. I thought I was being really nice. Well, long story short, for another time, I'll let you know why I chose the company I did. But the whole point is, man, that was messy. Scary, scary, scary. I know you guys are thinking, geez, you're 57 years old. You should have all your crap together and money and not worried about being unemployed. Well, guess what? False. that's not the case. I have a lot of good years in me and a lot more that I want to do and a lot more people that I want to help grow and learn in this business. So I wasn't ready to A, start a brand new career, or B, get out of the business altogether and retire. Are you kidding me? There's no way I could retire. So yeah, that's what made me think of this channel, and reflecting back, because I always have to reflect back. This just sitting was key. Just sitting, just listening, just trying to be close to God, to hear where it is you want me to go. Because in this 57 years, he has slammed some doors shut for me, and he has opened some wide open and then slammed them in my face as I walked through. So I needed just to sit. When I end my coaching calls or any kind of training I do, I always say love you and mean it, because I do. I truly do love. I know it sounds crazy, but I believe God is love. I don't think it's man nor woman. I think he is love. So for me, I love everybody. And there are some people that I can't stand for a few moments, or maybe a few days, or sometimes maybe a few months or years. But at the end of the day, I love you and mean it. It's just, I truly mean it. I love you and mean it.